Hey everyone, here's how you can figure out someone's email address from the LinkedIn app. Let's say you're browsing LinkedIn and you come across a profile that you are interested in. You want to reach out to the person. Unfortunately, they don't have their email address listed on their profile. So in this case, this is where this automation comes into play. So using this automation, you can pass over their LinkedIn profile URL, and in return, it will send you their email address copied to your clipboard. And it works in both the iOS and Android version of LinkedIn, so you should be covered on either of the platform. All right, first of all, I'm going to start sharing my LinkedIn screen on my desktop so that you guys can see how it works. Let me pull up LinkedIn. All right, I'm casting my LinkedIn to this desktop app, and I'm going to scroll this thing a little bit and try to figure out one of the profile that I'm interested in. And looks like this could be an interesting profile. I'll go into the profile, and to get their email address, what I can do, I can share the profile with my automation. So the automation is set up inside of MacroDroid. So this is an Android app that you can use to run various automated tasks. And I will show you the behind the scene after this, like showing how the email address is, how we fetch the email address. And in order to do that, I'll share this link, this profile link, with MacroDroid. And once I do this, it's gonna run this automation on the backend, run the API call to the third party where it uses the LinkedIn profile URL to figure out the email address, and finally copying the email address to my clipboard. I just heard a click, then when it copied something on my clipboard, I will hide most of the URL, most of the email part, so that I'm not doxing the person out. But let's see. All right, looks like I did get the email address, and looks correct. I'm not seeing any issue with that, so I'll delete it for now. And you already saw how this thing works. Now we'll go through how it is set up inside of MacroDroid. And in order to do that, I'm gonna open up MacroDroid. MacroDroid. Yep. All right. Let me hide this thing. And MacroDroid, so this is how MacroDroid automation works in order to figure out the email address. And it, first of all, it gets the LinkedIn link, which I share with MacroDroid from the LinkedIn app. Then it runs the API call, an API call to Prospeo.io. This is where if we send the LinkedIn link, it tries to figure out the person email address. And so once it finds the email address, it returns a JSON value, and we just have to parse the value to get the email address. And outside the email address, we also get a ton of other information like first name, last name, the company information, and educations and other stuff as well. So we just have to parse and get the right value, which is the email address. And if it finds an email address, then it fills a clipboard, and it also shows the notification on my phone saying, hey, we did find an email address. And the notification and the clipboard is filled with the email address of that person. If it doesn't find an email address, it just displays a notification saying, hey, we couldn't find an email address. So this is how the Android side of things work. And I'll show you how the iOS part work now. Here's how it's done on iOS. I'm going to open up my LinkedIn app on my iPhone, and I'll go to a profile that I'm interested in. And next step is I'm going to copy the person's LinkedIn profile link. And in order to run the automation, I've created a profile inside of iOS. And so it is called LinkedIn Prospects. So as soon as I click that, that means the automation will start and run this LinkedIn profile through an API, and finally giving me the email address. As you can already see, it's showing up. So once it's done, I'll show you how it's done on the backend. So on the backend, you can see I've got an automation that runs when the LinkedIn prospect profile is turned on, and that ends up running a shortcut. That means it's gonna take the clipboard data, run it through the Prospeo.io API, then parse the value of the JSON, and finally copying the email address if it finds any, and also showing a notification with the email address. So this is basically how it works on iOS too. So it works in both system, both on Android and iOS. So I think it should be pretty handy when it comes to reaching out to prospect. Let's say you were like browsing the LinkedIn feed, and you come across the profile and looks interesting. You want to reach out to the person, and this is how we can usually run the automation, get their email address, and finally send them a cold email about whatever services we're selling. So right, that's all about how to set up the automations. There are more to do it. There's more improvement we can make into this system to make it more sophisticated. But maybe I'll go over this on a different video. And yeah, that's pretty much. Thank you guys for watching the video.